Hi, my name's Phil, or Thete in World of Warcraft terms. I'm a Mythic raiding Retribution Paladin with some experience, and due to requests, I'm going to go over my process as a Retribution Paladin in Mythic Dungeons in this video. This is specific to a particular piece of content, but if you'd like general guides on playing Retribution Paladin in Legion, then please click on the link to the Retribution Paladin playlist shown here. Please note that my content is specific to PvE. So what I thought I'd do is go through my thinking with Mythic Dungeons and then show some of the gameplay at the end without any commentary, so you can sort of see yourself what I've been talking about and how I use it in practice. In terms of context, the footage shown is from this reset where I had my third relic slot at last, but with one modest and one weak holy relic, so the overall item level of the weapon wasn't brilliant. I ended up getting two decent holy relics on the same day though, so next reset my weapon will be even better. For a long time I was using a weapon that was way below my average item level, which isn't good. So the first thing would be talent. I talked a little about my thinking on this in the Essentials guide, and what I've settled on is roughly in line with that. There's no real difference as far as I can tell. Now I take the following talents. The only real difference here is that I take Zeal rather than Greater Judgment, which is what I had been thinking of based on what I did in the beta. Greater Judgment would be much better on Trash of course, but much weaker on bosses. That said, Trash is most of the dungeon, so some people are still taking that without it necessarily being disastrous on bosses. You're still getting that guaranteed crit at the start, and some bosses have ads. The downside to Zeal is that you want to maintain the stacks where possible, and this means not waiting for long periods between packs. As I've been able to do the Mythic Dungeons in guild groups so far, this hasn't been a real problem, and Zeal will be better on bosses, so I've gone for that. I'm not saying it's the best for you though. You have to make up your own mind based on circumstances. In any group there are always breaks between awkward packs or when your healer needs to drink, so there will always be time when the Zeal stacks do drop off. In terms of the general priority on single target fights, bosses essentially, it's as I described in the Essentials guide. Where it sometimes gets a little muddied is that it's perfectly possible to start a fight with 5 holy power, but I sometimes still fire off Divine Hammer or Zeal anyway. This is because both of these abilities do cleave damage, with Zeal needing the stacks to be built up to do that. And I know they're going to be available again when I need them after using the spenders, because I have about 30% haste, so things come off cooldown at reasonable pace. Generally, however, you wouldn't use them on full holy power. It would be especially costly to do so at lower haste levels. For the most part, however, you just use the standard priority in both AoE and single target. The main thing to bear in mind is position when you use Wake of Ashes in order to hit as many mobs as possible. So don't plant your feet, be mobile, be willing to sort of move around a little bit. Sometimes mobs are a little spread out, and so you want to position so that your Divine Storm hits as many as possible. The ideal position to do this will change when you have the Divine Tempest major trait, as that causes your Divine Storm to move 20 yards forwards. But I don't have that yet, so I'll happily be facing just one mob that I use my targeted abilities on, and have the others behind me if I think that's best. When using Divine Storm, remember that it's only a DPS increase on 2 targets if you have all the traits which buff Divine Storm completed. This includes, but is not limited to, Divine Tempest. So for now, I only use it on 3 targets or more. This doesn't mean we're weak on 2 target cleave, however, as Divine Hammer and Zeal are effective here. Also, because I don't have Greater Judgment, I don't prioritise Judgment as much on large AoE packs especially. Only 2 of them get the debuff, and if there's about 10 mobs, well, I don't want to delay banging out as many Divine Storms as possible. In terms of crowd control, we have a single target stun as baseline, which can and should be used where you feel it's needed. If you find yourself using this a lot, then Fist of Justice could be a good talent, but I prefer Blinding Light. It's quite good for interrupting either 2 mobs at once or a mob that isn't your target, but it also does decent damage in an AoE situation, though lower priority than getting Divine Storms out of course. Repentance might be useful, but it will depend on your group really. Not much point if people would just break it out anyway, or the mob type is immune to it. With the level 100 talents, remember that Crusade is effective with Rash of the Ashbringer traits, but I wouldn't recommend it beforehand. I go with Divine Purpose as it's easily the most flexible talent choice for dungeons. Even when I have the Wrath of the Ashbringer, taking Crusade is only good if you're going to be using Avenging Wrath at regular intervals. I often don't use it as much on Trash as I maybe could, because I don't want to be left without it being available when we get to a boss. Although I spec mostly for Trash because that's the bulk of the time, The bosses are still the hardest individual encounters and you want your cooldowns ready. When it comes to Holy Wrath, you need to think about your health. If it regularly keeps dipping low, then probably Holy Wrath would be good. I don't use it because I've been in with good healers, and I often find it hard enough to pop a Shield of Vengeance at times, let alone get myself down to low health regularly without being reckless. Of course, there will always be the odd time when you wish you had it.
Shit.
Rip.
Oh, no. No, he's okay. He's okay.
Do you get the damage buff if you die yourself?
Smart ass little shit.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
If there was a case for using Holy Wrath, that was it. But not enough for me personally to take it. Maybe in Mythic Plus though, we'll see. When it comes to boss fights, and if you decide to take Divine Hammer as I do, activate it before getting into melee to save yourself the global cooldown of using it at the start. Remember that you get your holy power when it hits the mob, so you can fire it off in advance safely. Now I'm not going to go over specific tactics, but I will say that on Inquisitor Tormentorum, one of the bosses in Vault of Wardens, the ability Sap Soul can't be interrupted on Mythic and debuffs you so that the next ability you use puts it on a long cooldown. Obviously you don't want this happening with any of your damage abilities, so I tend to cast Flash of Light at this point as it's not used in the fight otherwise, so I don't care. Blessing of Freedom would probably be a better choice as it's an instant cast and it's also not really used on the fight. Now I mentioned before that I sometimes find it hard to get Shield of Vengeance to pop. Note that I won't do anything too reckless in order to force it. It should be remembered to use it defensively primarily. You'd feel more than a little silly using it on a pool of bad, only to need it to save yourself half a minute later. That being said, if you know you'll be fine, then use it in that pool by all means. There are certainly cases where using it would allow you to avoid moving around something damaging and so allow you the convenience of not moving at the same time as doing a little extra damage. Also, there might be situations where you've used it defensively, but it hasn't consumed the shield, so what you decide to do is to stand in a pool of bad in order to try to consume it, but again without doing anything too silly. So that's damage, but although I have bemoaned our utility in raids, I've equally said that in dungeons it's pretty handy. Again, in a guild group I've not had to use it as much as I might in a pug, but it's still there. Lay on Hands can be used if the tank is in real trouble. Word of Glory can get reasonably regular use if the tank looks in moderate danger but you're not sure, so you don't want to blow the Lay on Hands with its 10-minute cooldown, or maybe it's already on cooldown, you don't have it. Word of Glory is also good if the group generally is lacking a bit of health. They don't necessarily have to be in mortal danger, you're just sort of helping out. Yes, it costs holy power, so sort of don't use it just for the sake of it, because it's a DPS loss, but wiping is a bigger DPS loss as well as time. Blessing of Protection can be used when non-tanks become the target of physical attacks, and I even found a use for Blessing of Freedom in the Eye of Ashari yesterday. So hopefully that addresses some of the main points. I'm putting together a general Q&A video, so if there are further questions, ask them below. But what I'll do next is just to show a few snippets from my most recent runs without commentary if you want to see what I get up to.
Tell you what, Aizen, I've got a bad stagger going on.
I can tell.
Yeah, wait a minute. Just wait for that to take out a bit, eh? Right, we're good. Let's just get everything.
Red alert.
Blah, blah, blah.
Should interrupt the guy that does the one shot. I don't know which one it is though.
Fell infused fury.
Oh. Shit.
That was early.
Yeah, I think they changed it. This is what it's like on a rogue as well.
Oh, lost it straight away messing about with Z.
Oh shit, I think I lost it, yep. No, I can't. It's this
I got
one,
it.
right? Now, which one is it? Okay, I'm gonna believe the skull guy. Nice, good job, buddy.
Thanks.
No! Touch it down! Really no shame in this one.
Yeah, no, it's this one. It's the skull.
Oh, well. Tell you what. That's 2-2 from me on wrong. Oh, a ring. The fuck is that finally? Oh. It doesn't have a cost bar.
Fuck hell.
What?
What? Did you roll out of range? Interesting.
Don't know. Maybe. Yeah, it was pretty far, but surely a beast of that size has a great tongue.
Oh,
Wow.
A ring.
oh, it's got a socket.
There
at
is
least.
actually something wrong.
You need not worry. I will not fail, Atosius. Men, the invaders come for us. Do not let them pass. For Kalimdor!
That's quite good. I could do with hearing that again.
Looks like they may have fixed this. So all that means is I'm not really sure what's even going on in this dungeon anymore.
What's the thing that heals me for a lot of my health? Is it Shadow Man? Can't it be? Shadow Man doesn't heal that much. I go for like 30 to 90%.
No idea. Maybe
Could
it's
be
Shadow
me.
Man.
Maybe me.
Shadow Man does heal for quite a lot.
At a price.
At a price. Heroes never die, Cloudy.
Stop. Ooh. Holy shit, that's sweet.
Ah! Ah!
I hate these two upcoming packs.
Really?
Yeah.
No, don't worry, they're fine.
And the pillar team.
Oh, we come from both sides. I think he's stunning. Yeah, yeah. Oh, hit me. My bad.
Living bomb will carry us.
You guys don't pull anything.
They do.
This dungeon is such a grind. It's so
You know what?
annoying.
I actually don't mind this dungeon
It's
at all.
terrible.
Nice.
No,
so
I like
long.
this trash. Dark Heart can go fuck itself. Halls of Valor trash is pretty bad. But this, I could do this trash all day.
Well, I love me an undead dungeon.
Oh yeah, turning things into ash, eh? Or does like, do you still have like, oh no, you don't even have exorcism anymore.
Yeah, I can stun her.
Oh, is that why everything's getting stunned
Yeah,
forever?
every half minute anyway.
I was wondering. No, I felt like we had more stuns than usual. Because, you know, none of the mobs are actually hitting me, ever. Swear to God, I'll probably take less damage in this dungeon than some of you.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, he has a crush on you, Corey!
Weird, because you never cast that yet.
Jesus Christ. His fucking voice line's caught him.
It's bad, man.
I love it.
He's been rooting around.
Remember when Urshok had all these bear puns as well?
Not as good as the cleaning robot. Fuck me, there was some good lines on him. Oh, tracking mod everywhere!
To the right side.
Left. Coming on the left.
Should I open cooldowns or not yet?
No, no. After she comes back up, we lost, then you can use your cooldown.
Fuck.
I'll get second. Matt?
It's on right.
No, that's right. Sorry.
I took that one. I tried to. It's on the left. Mid.
Oh, God.
Nice.
Woo! Give me your relic, hell yeah. Thank you.
You're on our side.
Oh, he's joking. So as always, I hope you found this useful. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. And until next time, I'll see you later.